Hey, and we're live on YouTube and we're live on Periscope. Welcome to Ask aois21 on the 21st for May 2018. I'm Keith F. Shovlin, publisher of aois21 Media, here to answer your questions on books, podcasts, and online video. So send your questions along. You can do it right on the screen on Periscope, right on the screen on YouTube. And also Twitter. You can tweet to us at aois21. That's aois21. And we'll get your questions. Or you just use the hashtag Ask aois21 and we'll see your questions as well. So send them along. Any questions you might have. Are you a writer? Do you want to do a podcast? Do you want to do a video series? Do you already have a book, a podcast, or a video series and you'd like advice? Now's your time to ask. That's what I'm here for. We do this every month, trying to offer anyone that needs help the guidance they may need to help them be more successful with their book, podcast, or video series. We're not taking pitches live on the air here. We're not looking for new content, new books, new authors, new podcasters. Right now, I'm here to help you be the best that you can be. So ask your questions here. aois21 Media is based out of Mount Vernon, Virginia, where we have a curated collection of 20 books from 15 authors, 11 podcast series, and 5 video series, and new pens. This weekend, we spent a Saturday at the Gaithersburg Book Festival in Gaithersburg, Maryland. This is our 4th year in a row attending. It was a full weekend of events for us because Friday night we had the poetry open mic at Wallace Books in Washington, D.C. And Sunday we had a poetry reading at the Dewande District pop-up bookstore at the Torpedo Factory Art Center in Old Town, Alexandria, Virginia. Those were Friday night, and Sunday were events for one of our authors, a historian creative Michael B. Judkins, author of the poetry collection Interlude to Sentimental Me. So Michael was able to come on out and read from his poetry in Old Town. We live streamed that on this very channel on Periscope, and we posted it earlier today here on the aois21 YouTube channel, as well as our home on the web, video.aois21.com. Now, we've had opportunities for others to speak at Gaithersburg. Not only was Michael there, but we were also joined by James D. King, author of the Hive series, the sci-fi series, so far collected of 3 books, First Contact, Battle of the Dog Star, and A Matter of Gravity. We are going to be announcing soon the next special edition release from the series. So hopefully we'll have that update sometime during the course of the summer once all deals are finalized. How you doing? It's May 2018. It's hot outside. It was cold and rainy on Saturday, which is seems to be par for the course for Gaithersburg Book Festival these days. And then it was hot and humid yesterday when we went down to Alexandria. Boy, was it hot out. It was beautiful. It's been so cold still lately. It was nice that it was hot for a change. It was nice that it was humid for a change. You know, we'll get used to it. We'll be fine. So tell me how you're doing. What are you working on? What great idea is guiding you right now? What is giving you the drive to get up out of bed every morning? What is the thing that you want to see most in this world that you know it's up to you to create? Because that is the key. I've seen both a quote attributed to both Toni Morrison and Judy Blume. If there's a book that you wish that you want to read but hasn't been written yet, then it's on you to write it. Now, I say the same. If there's a podcast you want to listen to, it's on you to create it, or a video series you want to watch, that's on you to create it. We see that the old guard of television is falling apart. Online video is taking over. YouTube has its own channel now. I watch more stuff on Hulu and Netflix and various other online channels than I do on regular terrestrial television. It's an amazing world, the amount of entertainment we now have at our fingertips. And you think just 30 years ago, when I was a young pup, it was amazing that I was able to watch a channel beyond the 4 network channels. We had the 3 networks, plus we had what was called a UHF channel. So we had our CBS, our ABC, and our NBC. In fact, we had in Pittsburgh, we had 2 NBCs and 2 CBS stations. And then we had what was called the Superstation 53. And then all of a sudden it got bought and it became Fox 53. So then when the Force networks came in, and of course we got the CW and we got UPN, and then those merged to become the no, we got the it was not the CW, it was the WB and the UPN, and those merged to become the CW. But then there was cable. I remember going to my grandparents' house, and that was the only place we were able to watch this channel called Nickelodeon. And we watched these great shows called Double Dare, and you can't do that on television. It was just amazing watching all these new entertainment things come our way. And to think just if you go just a generation older, when there was only 3 channels of television, or even before that, when there was no television, when there was radio, or before there was radio, when there was just books and there was traveling entertainment, whether it be plays, musicals, or musical performances. In 100 years, it's amazing the amount of entertainment we are now able to beam to ourselves immediately. Whereas you go back to 1918, you didn't even have movies that had talking yet. All the movies were still silent. It wasn't Jazz Singer wasn't until 1927. You would go to the movie theater not only to watch a movie that had no sound, but you would also watch a newsreel where they would show you pictures from news from around the world, and someone would read the news story to you. You could either get your news that way or by reading a newspaper. There was no internet. There was no television news. And thank God there was no 24-hour cable news. A lot has been said about how amazing it was that in 1903, the Wright brothers were able to take the first powered flight, and just 66 years later, we put a man on the moon. In 66 years, we went from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, that first flight, to having a man on the moon. Just imagine what can be done in 20 years. What has happened just in my lifetime. The rise of the internet, the increase of diffusion of network and information. Book publishing has been revolutionized. Anyone can put their book out there now. Anyone can self-publish, or self-publish by using one of the avenues where they go through editing, or just post it online for all the world to see, warts and all. Now, personally, I don't recommend that, because I like the idea of if you're going to put your stuff out there, you want to put it out there in the best possible format, which means you want it to be edited. You want it to be beta read. You want it to have a good cover. You want to have an idea of the audience you're trying to reach and position it in a way that your audience will see it. Because just throwing it up there on the web might not be enough. I used to have a pretty steady blog that I was updating on MySpace. Nobody would go to MySpace for blogs, but here I was putting a blog entry up every Saturday. What a bad idea. Then I got into Tumblr, and suddenly I found myself an audience. I was able to do a Tumblr on my family genealogy that had hundreds of followers. I did a Tumblr on my love of hockey that got hundreds of followers. When I found myself unemployed because of the government shutdown in 2013, I started working the Tumblr for 16 days straight of that shutdown. I got thousands of followers to that Tumblr. We've launched Tumblrs for aois21. We've launched Tumblrs for other organizations, for a picture setup where we're showing pictures of the Capitol Dome being rebuilt. It's amazing what you could do and what kind of audience you could find if you just put it out there in the right place. Because if you don't put it out in the right place, no one is going to see it, and you're never going to get any better. Hello and welcome to Periscope. I see it's your first day. So this is okay. It says it again. So this is supposed to be not me just talking, although it is a sort of an ask me anything. We do this every month. Send in your questions, anything you want to ask. Let me look at the Twitter. The Twitter. Oh, if any of you are wondering why all of your favorite social media sites and everything are asking for you to approve a new terms of conditions, that's because Europe is putting into place a new general data protection requirement, and that is making all of these organizations that work cross borders need to all make sure that we're everyone's information is being properly secured and not being shared without their knowledge. So that's why everyone's going through and rewriting their terms and conditions. So you'll be seeing a lot of that over the next week or so. I believe it all goes into effect June 1st. All right, on the Twitter. No notifications there. No questions on the Facebook either. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to do that. Yeah, we were hoping to simulcast this on Blog Talk Radio as well, but it looks like they have some strict rules on broadcasting in prime time, which I can totally understand that. So we'll have to find the right time. Ideally, I would love it to be 9 o'clock, 2100 hours. Would work well with aois21, but you get what you get. So send in your questions now. Hello there on Periscope. Send in any questions you might have about books, podcasts, or video. If you want recommendations of books to read, I can do that. I can also recommend podcasts to listen to or video series to watch. But mainly I'm here to help you get your own project off the ground. Are you writing a book? Are you producing a podcast? Are you creating a video series? Do you have these already going and you need advice on marketing, placement, just the basic infrastructure, recording, technology, writing, tips, advice? That's what I'm here for. Anything you want to ask, I am here to answer. Basically anything. I'm a pretty open book, and I seem to have no problem sharing personal details of my life with common strangers at the drop of a hat. And suddenly, nothing. It was quiet before. And it's really quiet when I stop talking, which is a rare thing. I talk a lot, mainly because I got a microphone in front of me. It'd be kind of weird if I didn't talk. And when I have a microphone in front of me, kind of what's the point? You know, I hear noise upstairs. That's not good. So this is Ask aois21. Usually by this point in the webcast, we've had quite a few questions. I'm actually surprised. And Periscope is usually the one. So what's going on, guys? I know there are people out there watching. This video will be shared on the aois21 YouTube channel and video.aois21.com after the fact. Okay. Nothing there. Well, isn't that special? Okay. All right. Well, last chance. It's 9 o'clock. I know I got started a little bit late because of the YouTube trouble. But it's your last chance to get some questions in. It is May 2018. We are in the latter half of the spring books fair season. Already in the books, we have Festival of the Book, Possibilities Conference, Kensington Day of the Book, DC Author Fest, Gaithersburg Book Festival, Literary Hill Book Fest. All are finished. In the fall, we're going to have Western Maryland Independent Literature Festival. We'll have the Fall for the Book Festival. We're going to have Baltimore Book Festival and the Charlottesville Book Festival. All kinds of opportunities to get it around. Now, we're personally not going to go to Baltimore. $500 is a very steep price. But we'll be around at other things. And did I mention new pens? Free pen. I can't Doesn't work. He's got friends. So come on out. We'll be at Walls of Books on June 2nd to do our literary game night. Then we'll be at Virginia Comic-Con as it comes up north to Fairfax to the George Mason campus on June 9th and 10th. There, free pens could be yours. Then the following week, we'll be back at Walls of Books for Poetry Open Mic. We don't have the MC exact announced just yet, but we hope to have that nailed down really soon. If you don't care to see us in person, but you want to listen along, we've got 11 series in the AS21 Podcast Network, and we are now launching the online radio AS21 Presents on Blog Talk Radio, where you'll find syndicated episodes of the AS21 Podcast series in bite-sized 30-minute bits. In the case of some podcasts, that means shorter. In the case of some others, it means several grouped together. But those will be launching. We'll figure out what time is best to broadcast, because obviously they have issues with prime time. So maybe it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll see. For any more information about any of our most recent announcements, we just celebrated our 4th birthday at the beginning of the month. You can visit news.as21.com. For any of our upcoming events, go to events.as21.com. Just go to as21.com. You have the videos there. You'll have the podcast under audio. You've got our literary magazine, the AS21 Annual. Its 5th edition will be coming out this fall. We're going to be opening submissions real soon for that. And we might even be doing a crowdfunding campaign. We haven't decided exactly on that now. But if you go to our Facebook page, you can vote. If you've been listening to any of our podcast series, we're also running surveys on that. If you complete a survey, you get entered for a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card, as well as you get 21% off at the AS21 Market. In fact, if you come and see us at Virginia Comic-Con, we're going to be offering you 25% off at the AS21 Market. Just get a card with a special offer code. You just enter that in, and you'll get 25% off. Okay. I hear noise upstairs, so I think I need to go tend to that. Well, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, this will be posted to the AS21 YouTube channel immediately after I hit stop broadcast here. And then it will be also loaded to video.as21.com. For AS21 Media, I am Keith F. Shovlin, publisher. Here we are at AS21, a storytelling company, where we ask, what do you want your story to be? Thanks for watching.